So I'm glad people are really impressed by our new feature that's going to be coming out very soon. You got a sneak peek of subscriber mode. That's going to be happening a lot later on down the line. We're going pro, everyone.
Wait, what?
Okay. No, we're not.
No, no.
So
That's not how this works, Pointack.
Welcome to the Blue Moon race between Cubsrule and Gilmok. Quick shout out to our V-streamer of Xenocat and the Blue Wizard being our tracker today. And you know him. He's the only person who, well, actually, he's living proof that chaotic people wear the broadest of cloaks. Good morning, Martin.
Hi, Pointack. I'm excited to be in the booth with you. Also, are you sure this is Blue Moon? I have questions.
Well, we've got orbs. We've got fiends.
Yeah.
So it looks good so far.
I'm looking at these objectives, and I was for a second I thought like, wait, are we in the wrong room here? And then I saw number 8, and it's like, oh, okay, well maybe we are in the right room.
Well, why make things easy? Hey, we've got Cubsrule and Gilmok here, two very, very good runners. Let's not make it easy for them.
No, not at all. Come on, this is tournament time. This is where we showcase
even
our
got to start
talent.
edge.
Yeah, you can't just have the keys of the kingdom. It's not like you start with Tella and a darkness crystal. I mean, who does that?
I haven't done that for quite a while. I'm not even. To be perfectly honest, I'm not even sure if that is possible in this particular thing. It may be.
It is. It is.
But for Ball Gauntlet, Golbez are two natural static bosses: Antlion, Wyvern, Mega Sisters, as Evil Wall, Valvalis, and the Dark Elf. Dark Elf being the party pooper. Yeah,
this is a list of objectives. Like, the whole idea of Red Moon was, okay, well, we know Red Moon is curated, for some of the worst bosses in the game, and Blue Moon just kind of opens
that one as well, seeing as you helped with it.
I might have had a hand in it. But Blue Moon, it's like you open the floodgates to all the bosses. So to see this is, I'm pretty sure this is not what Cubs and Gilmok expected to see when the seed started. So this may change.
But they would be aware that it is possible, and they will go full out for it.
Yeah. And I mean, you can't knock the starter. I mean, starting with Edge, it doesn't get much better.
With it being a Sineki, that does dampen Edge's power a little bit, but with T Wildish, you're going to find some good stuff 95% of the time.
Yeah. And we're off. And okay, I was kidding. Okay. I had questions.
Well, whenever you see a teller, you always have questions.
I did.
Really, are we giving it them on a platter? Yeah, tellers know who, but we've all seen the power of teller in Free Enterprise. Sort of vanilla, he can be a little bit underwhelming because of what he's there for. But when he's given free reign of the entire world, like he is in the Free Enterprise randomizer, he's good. He's really good.
He really is. He serves a very valuable purpose, and that is exactly, to turn on the option of a D-money grind if a darkness crystal exists early. So he is always a welcome sight. He's a built-in anchor. You go up ordeals, and he becomes a giant utility mage that is just... It's really a blessing to have early on, where you have access to 95% of all the spells. Yeah, you miss out on the nuke and the quake and all that, but having blink and weak and virus
and he has
these...
blink before even going up ordeals, which is honestly to start off. Sometimes it's a very big lifesaver.
Yeah, very much so.
Edge,
looting.
we're already aware of how much power he can bring. Starting out at level 25, we find a weapon, two weapons for him, or 2 daggers. He'll go fast and hit pretty hard going on.
Yeah, and you notice both runners, starting off grabbing the package from Bedward and looting the 9. Like you said, it's too wildish. So yeah, there are some spots that are better for loot than others, but I mean, it's kind of the Wild West out there, as far as, hey, you can just find something amazing in the most inopportune location. So
yeah, there's Kane. Kane is, we talked about Swiss Army knife in Teller, but Kane sort of fills that role in the physical side as well. He's not the hardest hitter when it comes to late game aim, but he's got a lot of armor. He can survive pretty well.
Yeah, and it seems like it's always the case. Like, if there's Kane, you find a random spear lying around, and usually if you don't have Kane, you also find a random spear lying around. So I figure it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, spears, axes, that random Avenger you might see, some of the lower tier knight swords. Yeah, Kane can do a lot of work with very little gear.
And as we're seeing, a lot of the same routing here from both runners. Part of this probably has to do with Tella and having access to exit immediately.
Oh yeah. With edges just starting, they're not focusing so much on character checks, because you've got pretty much what you want right there. So no trips to Mysidia straight away. We're coming to Damsion pretty late. No quick trips to Ordeals, just check the character there, because if you can get an early start with Edge and a couple of weapons, you're good.
Yep, exactly. And I would not be surprised here, once these two are done, looting this small subsection, if we're not just on a straight key item chase. And just, I mean, you don't know. Darkness is out there somewhere. It might be early. And that's going to create a very interesting scenario for these two runners, if that's the case.
Evil Wall is in the waterfall spot. This, with what we've got for Edge, it's doable, but this is slow.
Yeah, but should you? Yeah, exactly. It's I can, but should I? So yeah, it gets it out of the way now. And do you ever come back to this location? Yeah, I mean, when you move the hovercraft to go do the hook route, absolutely. But
usually at that point, you've got a lot more levels to get through it.
A better weapon or two, maybe a bigger spell. So yeah, I mean, I understand wanting to get it off the plate. I get it, but I don't know. It seems a bit early for this one.
Yeah, my usual thing is to check it on when you're getting the character and raising the hovercraft, and then if it's required, come back later, because it's a little bit quicker. But there's plenty of reasons why to do it now, and Cubsrule was through. Plus, there's a couple chests here, which there's a very good reason.
Hello. Yeah, for those that don't know, by the way, behind Waterfall, those chests do rival Eblin as far as like the tier of loot you can pull from there. So a power shirt, it's not surprising. Like, you expect to find something really good in those 4 chests.
Yeah. I was wondering about the characters that were there. We had a lot of physical power. We had Yang, Edge, Kane. I mean, are we going to get any white mages? And Gilmok has shown, yes, we are.
Yes.
We're going to have Porum and Rosa hanging out in Mysidia.
Yes, I would like a white mage, please. Cool. Here's 2. Choose which one you would like to keep.
Teller is good for it, but and there's the obligatory Edward in the seat.
Well, so I mean, but here's the thing about Blue Moon is, the back row glitch is on. So Ed is not a complete and utter liability in this flag set. if you find a spoon, Edward's viable.
I have not yet seen an early spoon, strangely enough. But I've seen Edward in every single seed.
That seems to be how it usually goes.
Yeah, but honestly, I don't have a very large sample size. People know I don't do a whole lot of practice. So yes, I've done the occasional seed, but that's because I sort of need to. I do want to do my best.
Yeah. I've done my share. I've done my share of these, and unfortunately, because I'm more Red Moon, I can count on one hand the amount of times that Edward's been viable. But it can happen. You have to keep it in the back of your mind, especially with that Tella staring you in the face. There's always an opportunity to slingshot him and get him to ridiculous levels. So it's just a matter of if that becomes a reality or not. So
this is our team. We've got Edge, Teller, Kane, Yarn, Rosa, Porum, Edward. Are you happy with this particular lineup?
I mean, you don't have a black mage, so and I know people will be like, well, Tella's a black mage. Not exactly. He tries. I mean, this screams Berserk and Blink. Find some delicious wine. Turn Kane and Edge loose and let the white mages cast Blink, and that's kind of how this is gonna run.
Yeah, I said it myself before the race while we were chatting, and. Give me a Yarn, give me a Kane, and give me a white mage, and I'll be fine. For this, we've got 2 white mages, we've got an extra Edge. This is I'm more than happy. Yeah, there's no food, there's no Cecil. You don't need them to win. Would they make it faster? Yes, but you don't need them. We've got a perfectly serviceable team right here.
Yeah, very much so. And it's also part of the worry is, at least for runners, if Cecil's in the seed, especially on being T-Wildish, it's okay, where is my shiny stick? How fast can I acquire it? And then how fast can I go? So not having to worry about that quote-unquote meta in this seed right now is nice. You don't have to sit there and panic that, oh no, there's no Crystal Sword in Evelyn, what do I do? You just take this party and go.
To be honest, one of the seeds I had did have a Cecil available in Watery Pass, and I didn't pick him up because Ordeals. I hadn't done Ordeals at the time. Didn't find a weapon, and I had better stuff for everyone else. Later, when I found an Excalibur, yeah, sure, Cecil can come along, but until that point, he was pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. And it can happen. I mean, people expect because it's T-Wildish. I mean, the percentages are really good that you find something really nice for Cecil. But that doesn't mean it happens all the time. So, as strange it is to leave Cecil behind, I mean, sometimes it is warranted. So, also, speaking of warranted,
the
orbs.
CPU here is.
You know what makes me happy for these two right now? They have the back row glitch. I'm jealous.
Yeah. It's only 2,500 hit points on the CPU itself. And 10% of your health per turn of the attacker is not much at these lower stages. Your healers can get through that. So it's not as bad, but this you never want to see CPU because it's just so slow.
I mean, it's great that it's early. I mean, it'd be more fun if it was later, but I mean, this is going to take some time. So
this is a very big chance to just throw the farm at the main CPU.
Yeah, the early looting, if you have any darts, like, I don't know if there's a better fight right now.
Yeah,
to
like
burn
that.
them
Yeah, that Slumber Sword. Slumber Sword is, sure, it's a fairly mediocre weapon, but it's a great dart.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got Kane who can jump for additional damage. So, yeah, all going to be just fine. Cubsrule through the main CPU, taking out the attacker now. Then it's pretty much just the main room, which we haven't had a boss up here that is required.
Not yet. All right, let's see what the reward is. This is always a curiosity moment.
Yeah, neither player has actually done really that many character checks. Key item checks, which is the power of Edge. Really, we haven't done our ant lines, we haven't done our footballs, we haven't done the yin, and this is their first major check.
Yep. Well,
and
that's an item.
When it leads you to the hook straight away, you know you've got something interesting on your hands.
Yeah. So this raises the question, and I'll pose the question to you. You know, you have the hook in your hand, right? You look at this party. Do you fade Fabul? Are you one of those that fade Fabul prior to the hook route, or do you do it?
I don't like to fade Fabul.
Okay. Reasoning?
Mostly because it's usually ingrained into my early routine.
Okay.
And it's something I normally do going round. Yes, I have been known to fade it. I have been, and sometimes deliberately. But when I do, I tend to get off. My routine tends to go a little bit skew, and I find myself trying to figure out, oh, what have I missed in between that?
That makes sense. I personally, I'm not a huge fan of fading as well. One, you have a Tella in your party, so this is how fast can I get the Darkness Crystal right now. Two is, you look at the key items they have right now. They have no underground direction at all. They have no pan, they have no tower key, they have no Luca key. Like, they can go underground. Okay, you're gonna do Dwarf. And the Warp Glitch. Alright, then what?
Pick this free item in Feymarch.
Yeah, and if all of those are busts, I mean, you know, I would rather have the shot at maybe an item up top that says, hey, you know, and how many times have we seen, you know, Fabul defense turn into the pan? And it's like, oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah, and let's face it, they've only done ordeals at this point. Yeah, they've gained a few levels, but this is nowhere near being ready for the hook route.
No, because we all know that hook route can do some very bad things down there.
Yeah, and we are forcing it on people in this tournament. And yeah, the shop down there, peek it, get the
Cubs. Thank you. Okay.
Peek the shop. You might find some good things.
I understand you think you're playing Red Moon with the objectives and all, but no, the Dark Elf really is on the list.
But yeah, you want to do your key item checks up here. They're easy, they're quick, and you can't lose the fight up here, unless it's a very, very strange wyvern.
Yeah, I mean, with Edge obviously in slot 1, I mean, you outspeed just about everything up here, so you're going to have time. You know, whether it's to throw a veil on the wyvern or whatever else, you know, the case may be.
And it's not like you haven't got anchoring opportunities, especially with Kane, who's fairly speedy himself.
And, you know, hey, you have a pair of characters left over as well. So, you know, if you don't have an anchor, well, you can always go trade in for one.
Gilmok coming over to Fabul. Yeah. Cubsrule going to Outline. Yeah, he was sending off in that direction. I wouldn't be surprised if Cubs actually fades Fabul to start off with at this point. I don't think he's really got any inclination to go there seeing as he sort of avoided it.
Yeah. Well, it's it's always sad when you see an enemy that, at least for me in Red Moon, it's like this could have been on my list of bosses to kill, but it isn't, and it's just an annoying boss, and that is Mom Bomb in a nutshell.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the officer and soldier fight for a moment there.
No. No, that's just Edge waving his hand at it, and he's like, oh, well, that was a terrible idea. Okay, bye.
Well, these mooks have failed me. Time's going to get some more.
There's your direction underground now. So that is a nice item of find.
Yeah, now being able to go and do the tower straight up and sitting in two boss checks, two new key item checks, and the possibility of stealing sirens with Edge if you need to.
Right. I mean, look, sirens. We're on S standard. Sirens aren't guaranteed on S standard. Like, you can miss them. I've had seeds where they just don't exist. So yeah. So having the Edge, that's handy. Having the Tella, I mean, you basically keep all your options open right now. So, which is, more is better. What's in? Okay.
Crystal ring.
It's a nice item.
To be honest, it's my preferred ring.
It really is, for one very exact reason, and it has to do with what it protects against, and that is dragons.
It's two reasons actually. One is the dragon protection, and the other one is the 5 agility.
Yeah, 5 agility can be huge.
Yeah, you cannot underestimate that 5 agility. There have been things where I've gone into the fight with a little bit of suboptimal agility, and that additional 5 has made everything that much smoother. Both on my anchor and on someone that's not my anchor.
Yeah. So, are we surprised to see Cubs here in Evelyn right now?
A little bit. This is more likely for experience than really the item.
Yeah, obviously we all know if Cecil was in your party. Yeah, you're here. You're here and you're probably doing this. So.
But to be fair, we haven't really found any weapons for Edge. He's rocking, 2 silver daggers?
Yeah.
As Kane's got at best an ice brand. This is very much for them as much as anything else.
Yep. Okay, now if Tella could try not missing an onslaught stone for a change, though, that would be appreciated. Thank you. There it is.
It's easier to mini the Mad Ogres than stone them.
Yes, yeah, size them and just turn them very tiny. Yeah. Hey, look, see, there's the spear.
There we go.
They grow on trees. They're everywhere.
As much as people have been on Team Poison Axe in the past, you'll take a white spear over that. Yeah. Like, oh no, here's her consolation prize. Okay. Spears aren't exactly the most accurate of things, but they're better than a Poison Axe in terms of that.
Yep. Gilmok heading down to wave at the officer and soldiers, and yeah, this is looking. I'm not gonna call it a standard start, but I mean they're doing like everything they're expected to do. Is hey, here's our overworld, get some levels, and just pray that the hook route isn't something completely nasty.
We haven't really found a whole lot, so
no.
We don't. It's not going to be Goldbears, it's not going to be Wyvern, it's not going to be Val. We know that, so that's 3 objectives off the table. But there are still 3 more it could be, and plenty of other enemies out there.
Yeah, I'm looking at that antline in particular. 25,000 of antline that just counters you after every hit. That's always a treat.
Wow, this wet tower. has all the enemies.
Yeah. Also, please. Okay. Stardust are notoriously unreliable for doing 600 damage, and if it doesn't kill the cat is not very happy with you. Cats do bad things.
Yeah, Bluster is
nasty in every sense of the word. Oh. Well, I mean, we do have a vessel for that weapon, don't we?
Yeah, and
see, I told you spears grow on trees. See,
they do.
At that. More spears.
This is why Kane is this is versatility. He can use a lot of things, and we've seen 4 weapons: Poison Axe, Spears, Avenger. Yeah.
Yep. Say, okay, you know what? Stop. That's enough on the spear side, please.
Edge has got nothing. We've even found a Thunderclaw for that yarn.
Wow.
Edge, however, no, you're not getting anything for him today.
No. I was gonna say, re-equip, because welcome to the Kane show. We're just existing in Kane's world right now. The one nice thing,
big story in this, actually, I think. Anyway, go ahead.
The one nice thing I like about all that loot, though, is like the Gungnir, the extra white spear, and everything. You know what they all have in common?
They can be chucked for a big amount of damage.
They can. They can also be sold for a lot of money. So, because we get our first opportunity at a tier 5 shop on the hook route, who's not to say there's a ninja sword for sale in that weapon shop?
Heck, you probably take even a long or middle at this point.
Yeah, anything for an upgrade at this point, yeah.
Or 2 assassin daggers, despite how very expensive they are nowadays.
Also, I like the Motel 6 stay. Good job, Cubs. $50 a night every night. Cheapest inn in the game.
Yeah, but is money really a problem?
No, but it's the Motel 6. You got to call it out when that happens. It's like staying at the Marriott. That's a moment as well.
Trying to think of the most weird hotel I've stayed in this game recently, and I think, this one is an obvious one because it's pretty available and there's a few checks. The one in Feymarsh isn't also a particularly a big one because not only is it the most expensive, but it's also a very convenient inn.
Yeah.
But I think
I'll say this, in Red Moon, oh boy, did we stay at the Marriott quite a bit, because camping gear just doesn't really exist. So you kind of got to get it where you can.
Yeah, I think the most strange one I did recently was stopping off in the one in Tomra.
Oh, that is uncommon. Yeah, especially with the dwarf toilet right next door. That's
I may have been on a push B to jump seed and jumped over and talked to the thing. So I got stuck in the wall.
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't a serious race or anything. It was just me playing around.
B to jump causing problems. Who would have thought? Yeah, well, that's the thing. Oh, sadly, just a heroine robe there from Baron Inn, so.
And reset out.
Yeah.
That seems a little bit. A heroine robe should not be sniffed at.
I mean, it saves time, right? And I mean, you have an Avenger in your hand, so I mean, your white mages are kind of on white mage duty at this point.
Yes,
so
making them go faster
them
to get those berserks out.
Well, yeah. I mean, if that's literally the only thing your mage is going to do is be casting berserk, absolutely.
Well, we haven't found Barkus wines, and we haven't found a cursed ring to make our anchor easy.
Those things will come, though. Hopefully, maybe, possibly. Oh, hey, look, assassin knives. Boy, did you call that one.
Yeah, 16,000 for assassin and daggers.
Yeah.
They've gone up in price dramatically. They were originally something like 5,000, maybe a little bit more than that. But because of the applications with the swoon effect, yeah, they were justifiably raised up in price. Plus the additional power, strength, agility, and vitality.
Yeah, they do make some things easier, like, eggs. And, a lot of things actually don't like swoon. Mad ogres, ironically, don't like swoon.
Out 10% of the bosses.
Yeah. Oh, well, hi, Leviathan.
Well,
good to see you.
For Cubs, the Avenger is going to come in handy. The White Spear not as much because it's Leviathan. Why am I thinking Octoman? Duh. But probably because I was thinking of the Thunderclaw that was picked up first.
Leviathan's not going to be. I mean, that's not going to be a difficult fight. The Ice 2s coming out are probably going to be in the 400 or 500 range. So your white mages are going to be on duty, probably on heal duty. But other than that,
at this point, it's still significant.
Yeah, exactly. It hits the wrong character, and yeah, you're kind of in recovery mode. But at least you won't have to worry about Kane because, well, he's got one job and he probably does it very well. So, I noticed Gilmok swapped out. Our poor Bard was retired.
I think Gilmok had the plans of using him as the anchor, but gained a few too many levels, so ended up having to just say, no, let's go with a different solution. And, well, Rosa is a very good solution, seeing as...
Very, very much so, I would say. So, hey, our first look. Oh, hi, Mylonzi. Good to see you.
This is dangerous.
This, because it hits so hard
and so fast,
is terrifying. Like, you come in here on battle speed 1 and you'll just watch your entire party start getting sniped down the line. It's not. And here we go.
Kane's good because of the white spear here, but he's one-shottable.
Yeah.
And this spot has 6,000 hit points.
Yep.
This is not...
So, about that fight. So yeah, this needs to be a white spear switch into the Avenger. And you probably need to be on battle speed 3 for this.
You also need to get him swinging as quickly as possible, so you really should have him in slot 2.
Yeah. Either that or you're going for like an automatic blink cast, but that's not gonna... With the agility setup the way it is, it's always going to be edge into Kane first.
Yeah. That 2,500 is going to help, and that... Why did that do more than the White Spear into Avenger?
Look, it's... How long we've been playing this game, Poiterac? We're still learning things about this game. I don't know. Yeah, exactly, Chad. It's Kane. Bentley average. There you go. That's why.
Yeah. Gilmok on the way out, I believe, is going to be going to Castle Weblin next because it is in pretty much the same boat as what Cubsrule was. No real weapons for Kane or Edge, and at this point, levels aren't really good either.
Darting the extra white spear. Look at that.
Anything to get through this fight quicker. As you said, Ned, this isn't the highest magic spot, but because it's a ruby spot, it's not meant to be high. But to get it going as quickly as possible, get through this as quickly as possible because the ice 2s will hurt. Yeah, even with a wall on edge,
that's big.
Kane is pretty much set for this entire fight, actually, because I don't think that will come fall off with Teller being his current speed and Kane being his. But then again, everyone else is getting turns
look at
as
that.
well.
And the wall pays off dividends immediately. Because yeah, Kane was about to take a nap there. So look at that, Tella being useful. Oh, isn't that nice?
We've said how much Teller can work, and
Yeah.
I am lit free.
Look at that, 2 in a row. Wow. I'm telling you, enemies know where the damage is coming from. It's like, okay, this one needs to die. So they get it.
I'd like to say Kane's got a magnet, but he isn't drawing the lit freeze from Teller. So
no,
either Teller's doing things right, or
well, Tella's about to die. So you know,
not before Leviathan does.
No. Uh-oh. Well, how'd that curse ring?
Well, there's plenty of shops in the world.
Sure are.
And there's plenty of characters in Mystidia. Young comes to mind with base 8. Edward comes to mind with base 9. They're the only two options you've got, but you can make do with them.
Yep, absolutely. All right, GilmokToo, and as always, of course, there's a crystal sword in the seed, because why wouldn't there be?
How did we miss that before?
Probably we were so enamored with the white spears and all the spears and more spears that, you know, it's very easy to just kind of glean over a crystal sword.
Yeah, especially when you don't have a Cecil to.
Yeah. It's,
you know,
what's the running joke? It's 16.8 sirens, I believe, is the math.
Or one unchokeable feed.
That works. I mean, I personally think it's a straight across trade for a ninja sword.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that trade.
There's plenty of other money in the seed for those sirens. You really want to just switch that out for an edge weapon at this point. Like those two assassin daggers works just fine.
And as chat pointed out, a sparkly top. So there's a sparkle sitting on top of that tower. We do have a wyvern still waiting for us.
Okay, here's a question for you.
Shoot.
Right. You've got a teller, and you've got access to eggs. You've got access to a lot of things.
Yep.
Things. When do you do it? Before your 10 key items or after?
What, the eggs?
No, just your grind.
Oh, just your grind? Okay, so you look at this party. Right now, this party probably needs two things. Kane needs levels to make that Avenger hit harder. Rosa probably wants Cure 3. So you could do and speak of the devil, there's Cure 3. You do 2 to 3 eggs just to, get a little flavor on your party. And you go. And then you're kind of running, the seed as expected until you hit 10 key. And then you can just do the rest of the sirens right then and there. So, but having Cure 3 is huge. That can't be understated. I don't know if I touch this tower quite yet, though. Because this wyvern up top is not fun.
How do we know it's wyvern?
You just assume it's wyvern, and when it's not, you're excited. But if it's wyvern, this party is going to have issues with it.
I don't feel it's really that bad.
Well, it's
we've got Avenger,
so
and we've got
you don't have an anchor, right? Your anchor is kind of oops, my bad. It's not many rolls up there for, the Mega Flare. So yeah, you have time to get a wall off. But how are you getting that 20 some odd thousand damage out before the nukes start flying? And right now, you don't have a party member that can take a nuke.
No, but I feel with the current speed that that Kane gets with the Avenger and Edge's natural, I really think you can get that damage out pretty easily.
On what though? Battle speed 6?
Even with battle speed 6. You're still going to get 2 turns for every...
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, 4 hits for every one of...
It's time consuming, I guess is the point I'm going after. Like, this fight gets... If it's Wyvern, this fight gets way faster the longer you hold off on it. So, you still have Dwarf Castle in play, you have the Warp Glitch, so that is a double prize there. Like, you have other things you can be doing. This will still be here.
Yeah, but is there a better time to do it than now?
I mean, you could do Dwarf and then the freebie and, kind of do that whole rotation first and then stick your head in here. And that's going to have you, with extra levels, maybe some extra gear, maybe weaponry for, Edge. Maybe Drain Spears are for sale. I mean, hey, let's just be greedy here.
Yeah,
but it's not Wyvern, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's actually something a little bit worse. Ogopogo here, I actually feel is a lot worse than Wyvern in a lot of spots. And this is one of them, because Wyvern, you know what you're getting, and is usually single target. Ogo can really put a damper on your day with those waves.
Can, but this is also why you have Cure 3.
Yeah.
So that is going to be the equalizer in this fight.
Yeah, so. And we are going to get at 4 hits in for every one of Ogo's. So yeah, this is another one where your speed is going to matter. You're going to get the damage out. So it's a similar situation.
Yeah, just without dealing with the whole, basically, nukes coming out that one-shot your party. So it's a good thing. Now it'd be better if this gave a key item.
Gilmok is done with Castle Eblin, so likely going to be heading down the hook route very shortly. Yep, there he goes. So, they both got that package and haven't checked it. I'm not surprised, but also a little disappointed.
It's the last resort. There's so many things you could be doing instead of, wasting 2.5 minutes to see that boss. You know it's
say
there.
Hello to the piggy, though.
That's could, and we haven't even touched on the pig meta yet. We'll get to... Look, an Earth Crystal will happen this seed. I will put folding money on that, and then we can get into the pig meta, because much like many things, it's their world. We're just here.
Well, at the moment, we've only found 2 bosses of the 8 out there.
Oh, hi.
And that's sort of helpful.
That's the thing.
So, speaking of grinds...
Okay, so you have 5 key items.
Or don't you?
Yeah, you have 5 key items. Do you do it now?
I don't. But I've been avoiding doing giant grinds for this entire thing. Because bosses are important, and you're going to get experience through that, and we can see what we get, what we require afterwards. But I know there's a whole school of thought out there saying grind early, grind to win.
I don't know.
You've got 5 key items. Doesn't mean it's going to be a slow grind.
I mean, it's not the 5 key item part that bothers me. That part, yeah, whatever. You get over that part. It's the fact you're at 2 bosses. The math dictates that on average you're going to find 2 bosses between the moon and the giant. 2 plus 2 does not equal 7. So there are more bosses that you can find on Earth. So, and you're down here. You know, you have Dwarf, you have the March.
And we have seen everything being on the...
And the Baron Key.
Yeah, we've got a whole lot open to us still.
Yeah, it's on my mind. Like, I definitely want to, go here. I want to see who's in the March. I want to do Dwarf. I want to do the Warp Glitch. After that, though, I mean, you might have to look at your key item count. If you're at 9 at that point, you kind of go to 10. You do a very short grind. You check the bosses on the Giant, and you're on the moon. So, but yeah, right now though, no, not yet.
Yeah, and this is the big thing about this particular.
That is a beautiful item.
Path is amazing. This is the big thing about this particular tournament and flag set. It's the subtleties of you're going to need to do bosses. You need to be finding them. So you're going to need these key items. You're going to need to have these levels. You're going to need to optimize your route and go to every single boss spot at some point. If you, or at least have it on your mind that you've got to go to every single boss point.
Yeah.
How do you do all that quickly?
Yep.
Because it's a race situation. You are in a head-to-head with another player doing exactly the same thing.
And you have, you do your research on your opponent, but do you really have an idea what they're going to do? No. Maybe they don't go up that tower immediately. Maybe you are ahead of the curve with that darkness crystal in your hand. So, who knows? We did see Gilmok stealing some, oh, hi. Well, that's a march that exists.
I completely missed it because I was looking at Gilmok and Cubs didn't stay long.
Oh, there's a Baigen on the left, and there's a Val on the right.
Well, you need one of them.
Yep, you do, and that Baigen can probably sit there till the end of time. So that is not a boss you want to play with. Like, boy, you don't like bosses that hit hard? How about ones that hit 3 times and hit that hard? Yeah, it's a great time.
Val on that in the Asura spot, I don't think is actually that bad.
No, not at all.
We've got Kane who can jump if necessary, but I don't think she gets as many defense rolls as many of the other big spots.
You have a pair of blink casters.
Yeah, and you've got 3 blink casters.
Well, if you leave Tella alive, sure.
Well, Cubs has got Tella up, so you've got 3 blink casters.
Yeah. But also Bacchus were for sale up here, too. So basically, you have 2 people going ham immediately. So
1,400 per swing with Kane. As long as you keep the blinks up, you are fine in this.
Yep. And you never have to come back down here ever again.
And first blink is rightfully going on to Kane.
Sorry. Knock on wood. Hopefully you don't have to come back down here ever again.
Oh, yeah, but I can stay there no matter what. You've got the darkness crystal. You've got plenty of spaces open. And what's the likelihood that Baigen is going to have, Earth crystal?
I don't know, because I had a seed yesterday that exactly had this happen. Yeah.
Okay. What's the likelihood that Baigen is going to have, say, the Earth crystal, and you're not using the Martin seed?
Okay, look, it's a it's a restreamed race. Okay, we can't assume anything is going to go straight forward here. So, we already saw the boss list. Like, this was supposed to be Blue Moon, and look how this turned out. So, hey. But I'm here for it.
And we have hidden a lot of Edge's weapons. Kane, you can have as much as you want. On Edge, no, you're not getting anything.
No, I will say you are definitely shopping, though. You're still shopping for ninja swords and, probably a curse ring. If you can accidentally trip on one, hooray. So, yeah, I'm curious to see where these runners go. I mean, you know, like the darkness, you either do it or you don't. So we haven't seen sirens for sale yet. So that's, I mean, that's always on the table, especially with a, you know, like a Kane with an Avenger. You give him enough plus stat gear, and it basically it's just, hey, summon a siren, he takes a swing, egg dies, and life goes on. So.
Yeah, and at this rate, we're going to find a Dragoon Spear, so that's just icing.
Yeah, exactly. So, bye, Val.
Yeah, Kane, the defense in this spot, even with the spin, is nowhere near as good as it is in a lot of other high spots. Kane ate through that, and you get a heal.
The saddest ruby of them all.
You get a heal.
It's so sad.
And you get to cure Piggy. So
no. You don't do that. Not if you're gonna. No. I understand it's a pig meta, but no.
You get to cure a piggy. You get to do your good deed of the day.
But that takes time.
Not that much time.
Well, these runners ain't got time for that.
I know, but
yeah,
it doesn't take that long.
No, just do it after the seed, though. It'll make you feel better. It's like doing the package, you know. You can get, you know.
Oh no. Yeah, you're helping a piggy after you've burned the village of piggies down.
Well,
so
you know,
that's a you lose some, you win some.
Yeah, I like busting here. Yeah, win game, save all piggies. Yeah, that'll be our next meta objective. Our hidden meta.
Wow,
will be,
the dwarves
save all
did
the
not
pigs.
like Cubsrule today. He
NPCs...
went one way, dwarf blocked it out. Went the other way, the other dwarf was on his way out of it.
NPCs, yeah, no, they've been trolling us since at least 1989. So yeah, no, that's nothing new there. Boy, the stories I could tell you about Final Fantasy 1
longsword.
And well, I mean, right now it's better than wow, these shops, yikes. Where is like all the good stuff?
Pickles.
I'd
just got to find an adamant rock.
I'm beginning to wonder if like Baron cornered the market on like all the good equipment and just put it behind locked doors.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Nope, not for a second. So, whoa, look at Tella. 3787. Poor Leviathan. Tella putting in work. I'm so happy for him.
Tella has been low-key the MVP of this.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah. And I know there are people that don't like him. There are people that don't like him out there. He's really good.
Saw a spot one in Dwarf.
Punchy.
Yeah. But Blink.
A little bit of Blink, and hopefully Tell stays live long enough to cast a wall on Nasura, and hey, you know what? Life is good.
I think we've got an automatic life glitch here, life phase glitch here. Oh, not quite. I thought we did have it because Avenger Kane can do that completely incidentally.
All right, well, while we got a second, hey, yeah, but everyone go make sure, follow the runners, follow Cubs, follow Gilmok. They're both amazing. Follow Poydrak. Poydrak, you stream once in a while still, don't you?
I actually get time when I'm not working occasionally. Maybe.
Yeah.
I try.
Yeah. Go follow Blue Wizard. Go follow Xeno. Y'all might know Xeno's name. You should. You see it on the music like all the time. Xeno's wonderful. Oh, well, that's the second boss.
As vanilla and required as you can get.
Yeah. Boy, did we like Dwarf. And you get the extra bonus of a warp glitch.
It's going to take a little bit longer, though.
Yeah, just a little. Also, well, tell us, sorry. Oh, Porum. Yep, well, that just happened. Oops.
Does Kane have the crystal ring?
No.
Nope. Oh no, no. Gilmok's the one that's got the crystal ring from football. Or Cubs hasn't actually been
Cubs
there
hasn't
yet.
done football yet. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was worried that it was going to prevent the hold status on Kane, and then Kane just swings for another few times round.
All right, looks like Gilmok's heading down. Get the news that yes, Val is sitting down here. Have fun.
I don't think
worry about
Gilmok's
that other spot.
going to do it because his team is in a slightly
different position.
Slightly worse position than Cubs.
Yeah.
Going down. Cubs had the experience from the tower as well as that extra siren egg. Gilmok is going to see it, put it on the back burner, but definitely going to need to come back down here.
Yeah,
I feel.
So yeah, that's another boss for Cubs. We're getting there. I mean, this is progressing. He's at 4. This is now you're kind of in that scary territory.
Yeah, more than halfway there. We've got Baron P. One of the boss at the start wasn't one of the ones we needed, but definitely still a place which has 2 available ones. We've got
that darkness crystal right now is definitely itching in his pocket. Like, you're at 4. You're beginning to wonder, like, when do I decide to go to the moon?
Really is helpful now. And Teller doesn't have MP. Doesn't have the 4. Has 0 MP, so no actual.
Oh wow!
So he's having to rest at at Dwarf Castle to do that, to warp 3 times to go and get into the moon, into the crystal room. That is painful.
Well, you don't see this very often.
You don't usually see Tiller without the MP.
Yeah.
At least naturally like this.
That is a new one. So, but very good on Cubs recognizing that and like, wait a minute, I can still activate this. This is all I have to go do. So, well,
about that crystal ring.
You know, now he's got one.
Rosa is now looking pretty.
Our white mages are definitely rounding out here, so. Looks like Gilmok is doing some looting going up here, lower Baville. Might take a swing at what's up top. So we'll see where this goes.
That Avenger, so shouldn't be too bad.
Nah.
Their physical team is coming along quite nicely. The extra yarn in place. We've got Barker's wine, so that's going to pay off in the end. But also doing a few sirens. And killing a few alerts for possibility of edge weapons, which are still
out there somewhere, maybe. Possibly, doubtfully.
Possum might have them in his trash can, so they might be possumly.
Oh, I was going to say, we all know the Forge definitely is not an edge weapon. We know that for a fact. It'll be like a Lightbringer or something, just for giggles. Fiery Hammer. Could be a Fiery Hammer.
Well, it could be an edge weapon. We could get the scrap metal.
I'm not sure that's a weapon.
No, it's a dart, isn't it?
I was saying, I think that falls under a different category. Like, look, if there's a tier 8 category for, you know, the Excal and the Crystal Sword, there's got to be a category for scrap metal. I don't know where it is, but it's somewhere. So.
Well, it's actually it's in a tier along with the Lightbringer and et al. So it's in a tier above crystal sword,
No,
Excalibur, adamant armor.
that's a lie. That is a bold-faced lie, and that's slander. No. Calling scrap metal good. Ugh.
Oh, I'm not calling it good. I'm just saying it's in tier above that.
Well,
it's above the. Doesn't mean there's anything good in there.
Somebody got the number wrong, okay? They forgot to put the decimal point in the right spot, okay? I was like, whatever. So, yeah. So, okay, so yeah, I mean, we're still back to this 4 of 7. Like, not that Blue hasn't been pushing buttons at a religious rate here, which. For first time on tracking, obviously Blue's done an amazing job. So thank you, Blue. Yeah, like Cubs has to be looking at this like, I need to be on the moon. Like I really need to be on the moon.
It's looking like the place to be.
Yeah.
Do you do Baron Castle first though, because you don't want to leave it hanging?
It's dangerous because that starting boss is not it's not it. Oh no.
At least we can get underground though.
I'm glad you said it, otherwise I was gonna have to. So I still think Solaris does it better than most, where it's just, yay, we can get underground now.
And it's given to you by the most impressive wife in the game.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, look, camping gear. Boy, I'm jealous.
You'll just have to look harder each time you get to do a red mode.
Shopping takes time. I don't want to shop. Unless I have a ninja that's wearing, a pair of assassin daggers, and then, okay, fine, shopping might be a thing. So,
but then again, in a red mood seed, you sort of expect that, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. I was wondering there about Cubs, like as a runner, we both run this game. You could have launched the whale. That gives you like that minute during the cutscene to just sit there and think. Like, okay, what's my plan? What am I going? Ooh, hi, full moon. Those are nice.
I don't think the plan is really that complex though, because it's really just a decision of which one do you do, and that's really the hardest part of it, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you have to sit there and weigh the pros and cons of it. I mean, you have a pass in your hand. So if your answer isn't on the moon, you're not punished for it by having to do the moon twice. So you have to take that into, I mean, there are multiple things you have to take into account here. Of, do I do Baron or do I do moon? What's the benefits? Where am I getting my experience? Am I really going to the moon without 10 key items? Like, these are, that's not a very fast decision. And
also at this point, are we hoping that sirens are in the moon shop? Because that's the only place they're going to show up.
Yeah.
Gilmok has sort of forgone that by stealing a few.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a good play. Like you do a few, you get a little flavor on your characters, and then, most things won't stand up to you once you hit about, the mid-high 30s. So.
In Queen Evelyn, we already knew that this was here coming in. We knew it wasn't required, and we knew we didn't really have to worry about this fight.
Yeah. I do like call out Gilmok here really quick. I like the fact that Gilmok realizes that, like, you look at this party right now, you don't have a great way of killing eggs. Like, you're not doing 1800 damage to an egg, and the egg's gonna hatch, and that just wastes time. So buying an amount of coffins and just one-shotting them, it's saving Gilmok time, which is a very good thing.
Coffins, absolutely one of the best items in the game.
Oh, wait, why aren't you on the moon?
Because it's required.
What is this? Why are you here?
And one thing you can normally be assured of is that if you go into Baron, if you fade it, the boss on the throne on the main throne is usually required, or Wyvern, which is also required.
Well, but I thought everybody loved a surprise wyvern on the throne. That's always a great time. You sit there and all of a sudden Sparkle shows up. It's like, nah, it can't be wyvern. There's no way. And then it shows up, and then you get to find out exactly how much spell power is at that spot right after you die.
You know the creepiest thing about this particular cutscene?
What's that?
There's no music until the walls start closing in.
I mean,
usually you have the music of the character jumping in.
Yeah,
but that doesn't happen. I noticed it recently. I think it's really creepy that there's silence until the walls start closing in.
I like it's building drama. Like, yeah, that's. I mean, come on, free enterprise with drama? Nah, that never happened. Oh, hi, Pinktail.
Obviously, that's a Bahamut.
Oh, well, I thought it was always a white shirt till it isn't.
Well, Bahamut serves the same capacity here. White shirt is actually useful.
Yeah, I know. Which is why it won't be that either. It'll probably be a crystal sword. So, I'll tell you what. I know what Cubs is currently wishing it is, though. He would love a dragon spear.
Could work.
Yeah.
Or a Mazamune, more likely.
Yeah. I'm thinking more like for the level side of it. It's like, boy, does that make the dragons on the moon so much easier. So need a couple sirens, couple hourglasses, one berserked dragoon with a dragoon spear, and boy, those go quick.
Yeah, and you don't even need the weak.
Oh, hi there. Y'all ready for this?
We've already seen Warthag, so this had to be.
Yep. Baron's double. Wow. 2 bosses in Baron.
Yeah, both thrones.
Yeah.
Usually we get one, but Cubs bringing out float. I don't think you need float in this particular one. I don't think Arachnes happen.
No, not in this one. No, if it was in the March, absolutely. So, I'll tell you what, though. Cubs is definitely wishing, like, boy, I wish I had a mute knife right now.
Yeah, Avenger works, but yeah, you might always hit the add one.
Yeah, conjurers or mages, so they don't like mute knives at all. So. Alright, so Cubs sees this. Okay, one thing first. Blue, back to work with you. You got more buttons to push. 2, you're at 6 bosses. Now you're really on the moon. But do you do the giant first?
No. No. Me personally, I go up. I check the shop. If sirens are there, great. If not, I'm already up there because of checking for sirens, and 2, there's all those boss spots which you're looking for one boss.
All right,
and you can face check every single one.
Take sirens out of the equation. If sirens aren't there, what do you do?
If I've already got done my, I've already got them and I'm ready. I would say kill the moon. Kill the moon myself, because it's not that. Again, I'm just face checking. I don't need to spend a lot of time fighting every single fight up there. If one boss is there, I'm ready.
Yep.
And if you haven't, and I know it's coming back to the siren, but if you don't have the siren and haven't found the sirens on the moon, you're going up there to check them. If you have found sirens on the moon, you're going to you're going to go up there and be able to do your grind.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
it's more of the what if the sirens aren't there is you find the boss, right? You find the boss, you kill the boss. You look at this party as it sits right now. This is not a comfortable Z fight. This is Sketchy would be calling this nice right now. Like, this is dangerous. You need levels badly. And without sirens, where do you get them?
There's an easy answer to that, and that is the
not
room
what
myself.
You wanted. Because you sit there and you look at all the the key items. You're at 9.
Yeah,
9 is not 10.
Yeah, Ribbon Room would be my main source of experience. I don't think we need a lot of experience on this particular team. Just getting everyone to around 45, 46 is level. As long as you've got a fairly stable anchor, you should be fine. You've got 2 white mages. Those heck, even without getting Quorum to Cure 4, you can get that. You can do this particular Z fight fairly simply.
Is he gonna do it? He is.
Risky, but could play off.
It's the Rex banner. We call it the Rex banner for a reason. This dates back a very long time ago. But
how many times has this been required for myself, and I haven't come back to it until very, very late, as in the last thing I do.
I've run almost 150 Red Moon Seeds. I can tell you, it is scary how many times this one pays off. Like, we talk about confirmation bias, but just keeping a tally in my head, it's really scary how many times this one pays off. I like it though. I like it because here's the thing: if this is it, that's your crystal, that's your 10th key item. Now you go steal sirens and the game's over because you have a pass in your hand.
Yeah, and you don't even have to raise the...
Nope. You ain't got to touch the moon at all.
And survey says...
Oh, I like the check.
Yeah,
like
the check makes sense.
It's quick, like a straight sprint up there. That's a minute. That's not bad. So I don't think I sit through the package, but that check, I'm okay with that check.
Gilmok has done his little mini grind and he's returned into the tower and going to go and face that Ogopogo, which we know is going to pay off with that darkness crystal.
And levels make Ogopogo just so much easier.
Oh,
like Kane will actually be swinging for very nice damage now. So
it makes Ogopogo hit harder, but it still makes the fight easier because you've got Cure 4 on Rosa at this point, or you're going to hit harder with your Avenger and Edge, maybe.
Yeah.
And even Yang is going to put in some work at this point. Actually, I'd rather have Yang at this point than Edge. With the equipment that's been found.
Yeah, the limited amount. Yeah, because we've seen cat claws for sale. So yeah, you give Yang enough levels and a pair of cat claws.
Heck, even a couple of poison claws.
Yeah.
Just a thunder claw.
Yeah.
Yang's good.
Yeah.
I am a big proponent of Yang as a character. And
he's really good. He really is.
It was said in chat earlier. People sleep on him.
They shouldn't.
But if you can get him, he's bad early on. But if you can get him levels or hit those weaknesses, he will do pretty much everything for you.
Yeah, and he's a giant HP pool. So hey, guess what? How many fights have you seen where he's the only one living at the end because, oh, I have 4 times the amount of HP as the rest of the party?
Everyone's
It
dead
works.
onto almost in Meteor phase at
Oh, yeah, run away. Okay, so here's the thing about that fight, though. That fight's free. So here's the dilemma. If it's me, I might sit through that. Because a pair of Cure 3s get you out of that fight, and if that's your 10th key item, you just cut your grind in half. And it's fast. And oh hi, there's sirens.
At this point with 9, I think you find the boss. You find a boss first.
Well,
it's going to be a little bit slower.
Here's the line, and here's the concern. You look at the key items on Cubs, right? Luca, Twin Harp, Earth. That's 3 bosses you can't put eyes on right now. 3 is that borderline where you start questioning, like, all right, if I'm gonna play the game, I assume there is a boss behind one of those 3. So where's the other one? And you just hope that both of them aren't buried. So the faster I can get that, grind and get people up to full power. I mean, Dark Knight Cecil is quick. Like, it's probably the fastest fight you're going to see on the moon. For a shot at a 10th key item, and it could be one of those 3, I'm not against it.
Gilmok's got his Darkness Crystal now, finishing up the tower. We'll see what happens with him afterwards.
Oh, hi.
And,
ladies,
Cubs
that's it.
Yeah, Cubs is ready to go. This is still a fairly slow fight, but
this is not fun. This spot is sneaky. This spot is actually terrifying.
Yeah, Cindy can actually hit fairly okay when Mindy goes down.
Yeah, and the spells here,
and Mindy's spells are
they tickle a little.
Yeah, they're not exactly the greatest, but they're not exactly something you can just throw to the side either. And that, I think that Rose has got protection against fire as well. So
yeah, this spot. I mean, you wouldn't think in the vanilla game, like, oh, it's just Pale Dim up here. Oh, this spot isn't bad. It can get a little sketchy. So, all right, so there's your go mode. Now what?
You're in a room that summons gold dragons. You do your grind and you go.
But you don't have a fast way to kill them.
You've got weak.
You have to keep Tella up.
Just kill. Just drop him at the end of the fight.
And revive him after every fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a couple of extra inputs, but it still keeps you at a stable situation. And heck, you can even choose not to and keep him up and go and get Young or Edward.
Also viable. You have a pass. Go back to do eggs. Leave Tella dead, put Kane in 2. Let him swing, bop an egg, burn him until you're comfortable, and then you have a pass. You just go.
Work. Really, both work.
Yeah.
So yeah. Going down is a little bit of extra movement. Doing the top here is a little bit of extra work. But yeah, overall, I think you get pretty much about the same amount of experience for the same amount of time.
Yeah. I mean, you're not walking down the LST. You have a pass.
Absolutely.
No, that's not happening. So.
Yeah. Or you could do a Mega Sisters ride.
No. They call it unintentional sister grind for a reason. No, there's no intention there at all. Please, no. Hey, that's 7. That's a lot of stars, and there's an item.
It is a shiny item.
It is, very much so.
It is a store of Chris.
Of course it is. Because why wouldn't it be?
I'm actually shocked that that we found it this late and isn't required because it's Senecat.
I know, right? Look, we'll just work on the assumption that Wyvern's behind the Twin Harp. Right? It's there.
Yeah.
It's just waiting. So Gilmok on the moon though, excited. It's like, oh, great. After I stole all these sirens, look, they're for sale.
That's fine. And his experience levels aren't fully done yet, so yeah. I don't think he's too worried about finding extras.
No, not at all. It's never fun when you go steal a few and then you have to go back and steal a few more. That's not a great feeling.
Yeah. Cubs is doing the play that you suggested, though, going down. Accidentally goes into the
trading out the anchor. He wants 8.
Yeah,
because Teller's gained like what, probably 4 or 5 levels by now.
Yeah, and Teller is a strangely speedy mage.
You look at him, it's like, oh, okay, well, he's only at 400 HP or whatever it is, so that's not terrible. He gets agility once every other level, so all of a sudden now he's at like 10 or 11. And now all of a sudden it's like, oh, wow, he's actually causing a problem. Like, this isn't good.
I'm wondering about the additionals that's happened there, though. Edward is in, so is Yarn. Porum is out, and so is Teller.
I mean, okay, so...
Is this slingshot in Yarn on eggs?
Yeah.
Because it looks like...
Here's an interesting question then. I mean, your weaponry for Edge is not great. It's actually terrible.
Long assassin at this point isn't too bad, honestly. Yeah. It's viable, but it's not the greatest.
It's not great. Like, your DPS is very suspect going in the Z fight. So maybe either he's gonna go 3 Zerkers, or maybe he wants a high HP chemist. Just in case, just as an emergency button.
I think this is Zerkin. And I think because of that, I actually think it's more dangerous. Because you're not going to have really that much in the way of healing opportunities. A Rosa is going to be okay, but you don't have anyone back up if anything goes wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we've all never seen, a counter nuke where it just fires a Rosa for 2,300 damage. And wonder exactly how that just happened, but of course it does.
Doesn't even need to be a counter nuke. Your damage is we've said how much damage is an issue here. You get stage 2, you might see that just straight up nuke hit Rosa, she's gone. Suddenly you've got 3 Zerkers who can't get out of that, and suddenly Meteor hits and everyone's dead.
Hey, so you know what I just noticed while we were having that conversation? Somehow Yang's already almost at 3,000 HP.
The power of slingshot Yang.
Yeah, that goes quick.
Yeah, that first one was 136,000 experience and for him, and he doesn't need a whole lot to get to 3,000 experience. He's at 41 already?
Yeah. And we do love our punch mages. Like, they are... He is fantastic. He really is. And I personally, I love giving him a slingshot. Because, in the low 50s, all of a sudden, now you have a 4,500 HP punch mage that even with a Fire Claw, he still hits things for like $2,000.
Yeah, and give him a bit more strength. He's going to be... Yeah, I actually think he's going to be the hardest hitter in the Zemus fight, hitting 3,000s. He's got a poison claw. He's got that black belt. If you can remember where the cat claws are, you go and buy one. That's an additional 5 strength and a little bit of agility. He's going to be the hardest hitter.
All right, Cubs. So where are we shutting this down at? Rosa's at 21.
You want a little bit more on Young, I think. I think maybe one, maybe this one being the last one, or the next one.
Let's see, 2250. It's not a bad number.
No, level 48, level 50 on Edge, level 45 on Young. That's a good break point for Young. Yeah, I think this is it.
Yeah.
Get your Barkus wines ready. Get your Z flags ready. Time to go punch something in the face repeatedly.
It knows what it did. It deserves it.
GilmokToo doing and King Ryu's on the side though.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, they're great experience for what they do. And with hourglasses, they're free. So, but hey,
bit of a slow grind because of the way it's happening, but I'm pretty sure Gilmok is sort of resigned to saying, yeah, I'm likely behind. I'm just going to finish up with what I've got and go just go to finish.
So, Poydrak, why were you asking about Z-Flex?
Oh, that? Because we've got a question, because Z doesn't exactly move, but we do change him because we need to do something with his hairdo. Like, have you seen that? So, in the name of the moon, who shall we punish? Oh, sorry. In the name of the moon, we shall punish who?
That's a good question. Does the punishee have a hat?
Well, we'll see.
Is the punishee cute?
We'll see.
It's a lot of questions.
The big question, though, is when is Edward actually going to throw that crystal? Will it be today? Will we just fall over while trying to throw it?
It's about building drama, okay? We're getting there.
Edward's great with that, isn't he? He's got a hat.
Yeah, but not you. No, no.
Some people may disagree with that.
Well, that's
some people do find Jafar to be pretty reasonable.
That's like their opinion, man.
Of course, Iago is the one that really gets all the pundits for that.
Exactly, as Iago should. So yes. So, but yeah, no. Basically, it's hey, look, drink some wine and throw some darts, and away we go.
Yeah, Young eating up that counter nuke from the silk web, just brushing it off, back to full health with 1 cure 4, and now he's punching.
Yep.
Yeah, this is exactly what he was brought in to do. This is exactly what he's going to do.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, I mean, it's a really straightforward fight. Like, okay, this Big Bang fires. Well, we all say goodbye to Ed. Bye, Ed. And Rosa throws out a cure 4, and you just sit there and just wait. It's very low maintenance. I like it.
Yeah, this is a low maintenance fight. Rosa should survive pretty much most Big Bangs. Kane and Young definitely will survive all Big Bangs. Edge is a little bit more suspect, but with a ninja shirt, survives more than you might think.
Very underestimated piece of equipment. Like it's got some magic defense, tacked onto it. Like it's a really nice item.
Kane is the big breadwinner here with the Avenger Sword. Young's just a little bit lacking on the power, but that's because he's 5 levels below, 3 to 5 levels below everyone else.
I mean, look, he's still contributing though. Like, I mean, 2,000 is 2,000.
Yeah. sort of around about 7,000 per round of 3. So yeah, the damage is coming out.
Yeah,
it looks like we've skipped the Big Bang, the second Big Bang so far. So,
and the good news is because it's under that's it's right at that 7,000 threshold. You're not in fear of the Wombo territory, where it's Big Bang right into Medio afterwards, and you just regret life.
That cure feels a little bit early.
Yeah.
But so hoping that this doesn't high roll on Rosa. And the answer is everyone's fine.
Yeah, we're fine. Yeah. Yep.
Black hole will likely come out and need to resurk, but that's what Buckle Swines are for.
Yep.
And the Avenger.
Yeah, I like how on Gilmok's side we are pretty much at the same levels. Like, you look at these two side by side, like Gilmok has got the levels he needs.
Just as Cubs was a little bit more efficient in just going around and doing boss checks.
And right.
Yeah, there goes Jaffarmus because
Flash, bang, boom.
Yeah, no meteors, no rocks.
The clean fight.
Yeah.
So, yeah, GG's to Cubs. Moving on to the round of 32. So, congratulations to Cubs. We'll see if we can get them in for an interview. Very well ran.
Yeah.
Yeah,
very smooth.
Given the tools that you kind of had to work with, like that was a very clean run on his part.
Little stymied on the fact that Edge didn't really have much to work with, but we can get Cubs' sort of views on that.
Because he's right there.
Would you like a ninja sword, Cubs?
No, really, Cubs. Would you like a ninja sword? How about 2?
I don't remember the last time I took a silver knife charm claw edge underground. That's a new one.
That builds character. So how is your character these days?
Yeah, if not for Edge, there was nothing on that overworld. Well, okay, there was a free white spear in Evelyn, but man, that was a low power overworld for a Blue Moon Seed.
I mean, go ahead. You're first.
It wasn't really a whole lot. It wasn't until Evelyn that you really found anything. So
I mean, the game had jokes with the crystal sword in Evelyn, but other than that,
we were joking at the beginning, wondering if we were in the wrong race room because we looked at the objectives as wait, are we sure this isn't Red Moon? Hold on a second, what's going on here?
Look, you stole the water hag, okay? It couldn't show up anywhere else.
I did, and it got replaced by a dark elf. But I mean, you had to. Let's get your thoughts. Like the beginning of the race, like when you loaded the seed, and you're like, oh, okay, Ed's starting. And you look at these objectives, and you're like, wait a minute, what? Where's the not quite Red Moon ones? Where'd they all go? What happened?
With the Edge start, I'm pretty much just gonna hit the overworld. Just try and my goal is just to find a second weapon for Edge, and then just let him go to town. And in this case, somehow it was double silver knives, and I was a bit concerned on that one. But I mean, two weapons is 2 weapons, so I'll take it.
We did notice that you sort of scrolled down a little bit on the startup screen just to make sure it was T-Wildish that it said there, not T-Pro.
You know, I had a thought for a moment, but I really don't like looking at the race rooms lately, so I was worried for a moment, but we're just gonna let that ride and see what happened.
Yeah. You go underground. Obviously, you have a tower key in your hand, so yeah, up the tower we go. Yeah. Yay, it's not Wyvern. Boo, it's Ogopogo. You get the Darkness Crystal. What's your thought at that point?
I knew I had the 2 checks of Fabul plus Dwarf and Warp Glitch, and I was hoping to get 10 key items there to go Slingshot Yang on a D machine.
Okay.
And clearly that didn't happen.
No.
So, yeah, it was just kind of figure things out, hopefully run into key items on the overworld. Thankfully, I ran into bosses on the overworld as well. But I was just trying to get to 10 to go Slingshot that Yang. And then Sirens on the Moon just, well, made that academic.
Yeah. So, about that Warp Glitch. About that.
I mean...
Were you expecting?
Nice.
I mean, you had Warp.
But did you have the MP?
Yeah, you know.
Well, I found that one out mid-fight. I really enjoyed lifing Tella, finding out he had no MP, and then blinking him so I couldn't put him back down.
Very good call, though, on staying at that inn and realizing, oh, I could just keep warping and get back to exactly where I need to be, though. So.
Yeah, the things that bite you always stick in your mind. So I lost a race that once, not happening again.
Yeah.
Is that the weirdest inn you've stayed in recently?
You know, I stayed in Troy, in Mysidia and Troya recently, so it happens.
Yeah. Speaking of Troya, that check, I was impressed by it. The case could have been made not to do it, but I think I know where your mind was at. I want to hear from you. Why that check?
If I didn't have the pass, I wouldn't have done it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. I needed one more boss. I had the pass. I mean, if I get lucky, there we go. I mean, that crystal at that point was 10 key items. So again, I just go D Machine Yang and go off and kill Z.
Yeah, it was a very good call on your part, because that's exactly how it plays out. So unfortunately not the boss you were looking for, but you know, hey, you put the sisters on the moon immediately, and guess what?
You know, I really don't enjoy Wyvern and Murra, so I'm very happy it wasn't there.
Do you really want to see Wyvern anywhere on the moon, apart from its maybe vanilla spot, but even that's got a case for not being nice?
I mean, you're not wrong.
Well, hey, you're in the round of 32. Very nice.
Hey.
So what are we looking at for a future opponent for Cubs? I know you probably have this mapped out to a T, so...
I believe it's the winner of Beauty and Starman later this week.
Oh.
Yes, it would be.
Oh.
Any particular preference?
Double forfeit and I get a vibe?
Nah.
I mean, you asked for a preference. It ain't gonna happen.
You don't want that. Nah.
Well, I suppose I did walk into that.
Yeah.
Okay. Considering that you have to face one of them, any preference?
You know, I've faced Beauty a lot in Pink Puff in season 2, and he's really improved since that. So I would be looking forward to a rematch there. And Starman is one of the names that was around when I joined this community, so that's always one to kind of compare yourself against the people that were there when you started and see where you are at the moment. So I'm honestly okay with either. Both will be a very good match.
One thing I sort of want to ask is, a lot of people for this entire tournament, I would say a lot of people feel you're one of the top runners for this and a good chance of winning. Is that giving you any additional pressure?
No, not at all, because I fully expected myself to last location myself into an 0-2. So I'm honestly happy winning a race, and nerves are a little calmed going forward, but I fully expected to trip myself up and just knock myself out immediately. I'm going to be honest.
boss objectives will do that. I'm terrified of them myself because I always run into them as late as possible. So completely understand. But you got the win today. You're through. We'll see where you go from here.
I do have one question. Just I'm curious if either of you know. Rosa stopped taking sap ticks in the Z fight long before the second Big Bang and long before anyone else. Any idea why that would have happened?
Yes, actually, because she wasn't berserked. Everyone else because they wasn't getting they wasn't being put back into the queue. The sap continues and continues. Rosa would stop because she's in the queue still, and the status would stop itself with probably the cure 4 that happened.
Yeah, makes sense. Didn't really think about that. No. Thank you very much, both of you. Looking forward to watching this one back. Blue, congratulations. Not eating the buttons first time out. Zeno, I guess you had somewhere to be tonight, so I will let you get on out of here. But again, I'm very much looking forward to watching this one back. Thank you very much, all of you, and looking forward to next week.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing you there. So enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you. Have a good night, all.
Poydrak, that was our winner.
That was. So congratulations to Cubsrule. Gilmok, on the other hand, hasn't had exactly the best time. Did their grind, went straight into the fight with Dark Knight. Still had the Avenger on. Tried to battle through that, and well, you just don't win against Dark Knight there in a straight up fight.
Not at 11 to 13:05. Not with that amount of damage coming out every round. Like sorry. So unfortunate, but it happens. Happens to all of us. You know, not saving. I mean, who does that? I don't know. Not me.
I am actually a little bit too religious on saving and at every opportunity, so I might have been burnt more than once in my early days.
It happens to all of us. So, yeah. But hey, Cubs gave us music. That was nice of Cubs. Some nice Final Fantasy V music.
We've still got a lot of bosses. He knows where Val is. He's going to come across Mega's sisters. Antlion and all Gauntlet are in that Baron Castle. They're going to be
really straightforward.
Yeah, they're going to be straightforward, but they're going to be buried for him.
Yes.
He's likely going to find Wyvern before those two.
Well, I mean, it comes down to how long he stays on the moon too. Like, you came up here to do your levels. Okay. Are you going back? Are you going to check Mura before you leave? Or, do you stay up here and basically spy the entire moon? So, I guess we'll find out here in a second.
Yeah. Do you stay up here?
Decision, and that. Okay, yeah. Do I touch a crystal? Do I go to bed? Do I fly?
Face checking all the bosses up here makes sense now that you've got your levels.
Yeah.
The issue with this, I think, is that Gilmok knows they've lost at this point, so they might just go, "I'll fight everything."
I mean, it's even though like you said, maybe they keep Discord closed and they don't know. Maybe they do know, but I mean, finishing. It's there's no shame in forfeiting, but at the same time, practicing the end game. Like, you get to this point, it's that decision tree of what should I do? Is there a right reason to do this? a wrong reason to do this.
And there is still one more race to go.
Yeah,
You're not out yet. This is double
exactly.
elimination.
So-
This is just the first one.
Yeah. So I mean, okay, fine. You unfortunately didn't get the result you want this race, but I mean, this is setting you up for the waning bracket. And okay, what can I take away from this? And that's kind of what we're seeing on screen right now. Is okay. Maybe we're getting an idea of what Gilmok is going to work on for the next race.
There's lessons to be learned, and the real big test is always how well do you learn them. We've said Ed earlier, we're always learning things on this game.
Yeah.
We've always seen something strange and interesting.
Like, how long have we been playing this game? And I'm still. I'll give you one. I'll give you one I learned yesterday. You ready for this? Somehow, not quite sure how, I had a berserk edge up on the giant. Berserked him first turn, fighting the eyeball. As one fights the eyeball up on the giant. Yeah. Edge got magneted. Well, magnet usually shuts down your character, but somehow Edge still got a swing in afterwards.
Yeah, and that's because he would have been in the queue for that one turn. He would have stopped after that.
Yeah, and when we thought about it, it was along the lines of, okay, well, it's the same principle with hourglasses. We use them on the enemies, and they still get their action queued up that they had in play, and then they shut down. But you never thought about it in the reverse manner. That we can have an action queued up, they can stop us, and we still get our action off. It's like, oh, yeah, now that you think about it that way, boy. Because, how many enemies really cast stop on you?
Yeah, just because there's one rule for the enemies doesn't mean that rule is not there for you as well.
Yeah, exactly. So that was a fun one to experience for the first time. So never had it happen before then. So...
Gilmok is in the Mega Sisters fight now, though. Taking out the most dangerous one.
Mindy is just...
And Cindy at this point, though, does take up a bit of a danger, but...
Yeah. But, let's face it, if Final Fantasy IV didn't teach us this, Final Fantasy X sure did, that Mindy is the bad one. Yeah. Mindy's just mean.
And she's mean for a very good reason.
Yeah.
Because, their tier 2 spells doesn't mean a thing when the spell power is through the roof. And then you get Virus, which hits possibly for 4,000 and in the high spots. This one's 1,000. We're saved because levels are gained, but still, ow.
Yeah, it's I always enjoy that joke. Is you find these three down at like the Ogopogo altar. Somebody's going to die as soon as that first spell fires out of Mindy. Someone's dead, unless your entire party is like level 70. Because boy, does that spell hit hard.
Yeah, but we shouldn't sleep on Cindy. Cindy in a high hit point hit attack spot hurts. And we also shouldn't sit on Cindy because how many times have we seen in recent in times that confusion going onto a very important character and then that character wiping you out?
I hear it's either usually Spoonward or a Black Mage that it happens to, and you might want to get out of the way of both of them because boy, is that scary. Because, by the way, for those that didn't know, Charm, the way Charm works is your cast time is now down to 0. So they don't care what spell they cast, it's instant. So, Meteo, no, it just fires immediately.
Yeah, and
it's great.
Your Black Mages have a chance of casting any spell, even if they haven't learned it yet. Yeah. So that Meteo that you thought you hadn't learned, they know it.
Yeah,
that nuke that they thought they hadn't done, they know it.
Yeah, it's an experience. I think we've all had to experience that one before, but Gilmok going to the bottom of the moon.
Makes sense, honestly. Not knowing where the bosses are, the time you can't really read a lot into what Cubs' time is, especially with where the darkness crystal was.
No. So here's my question. At least on Gilmok's side, once again we're back to this whole what items gate checks that we can't see. Like obviously Gilmok knows that you can go up Zod and see Zod 1. Earth Crystal and Luca are the only two still quote-unquote pending out there. Is Gilmok just in a full face check mode? Like, is this just go up if this isn't boss reset? Do you think he takes any fights, even if they're free? Do you think he takes a swing at any of them?
I'm going to say that he shouldn't, but doesn't mean that he's not going to.
Yeah. Because
we said it. This is still, and he knows he's lost at this point. This or likely we know he knows he's lost. At this point, it's learning bosses.
Yeah, very much so. And no, you don't want to deal with that Odin. Boy, does that Odin hit hard. Yeah.
So this is a very good opportunity to just fight some additional things like that Odin, and it's terrible, but it's an opportunity that it's a possibility that it might be required in a later seed down the line. Is this the time to experiment? Yes, actually.
Yeah, no, very much so. I mean, you think of how many seeds that we've all played. We haven't seen every boss in every location yet. There's still some things out there that maybe we don't fully understand. So maybe you run across one of those and you learn something from this.
And Gilmok is one of our newer wonders, relatively. So you can't put a marker on experience and what you can learn from any given race.
Right.
And that's another fight that you don't really want to see.
No. I mean, it's worse next door, but that's still that's 28,000 HP of a turtle. So, I'm good. Well, and there's the vanilla we all expected. Okay.
If you were going to get any experience on this, as we've already seen Gilmok sort of hesitate a little bit before a couple of the resets. That one was a major one. If he was going to do any fight, that would have been the one to do for the experience.
Yeah. I have my concerns if this is Wyvern. I have a lot of concerns if this is Wyvern.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, that even worse.
No.
Wyvern you can hit all the time. Demon?
Yeah.
No.
Doesn't even give you a key item in this flag set. Like, just, no. We're doing lunars. All right.
Maybe just wants to show up that last little bit of experience.
Yeah.
And there is still that Earth Crystal and Luca Key, which is which are possible boss locations.
I mean, the nice thing about this fight is, you just sit and you wait the 5 turns. So it's a round of punches, fire, 4 rounds of punches, and then the breath comes out. You get your veils up, you turn them into frogs, and life is golden. So.
Yeah. I do believe, if I'm remembering correctly, the original showing of the Lunar Frog Strat was on a vanilla set of D-Lunars, so it was either this one, this spot, or the plague spot, but I think it was this one.
Yeah. All right.
Here comes the breath, and
oh no, we have lunar frogs.
Berserk isn't going to work just yet.
Yeah, unfortunately, you have. Wait, Okay, I have a well. It's too bad it couldn't. I'd really like to see what a berserk lunar frog would do. I'm really curious.
No more than it would do normally.
I know.
Well, but then again, they do still follow their script, so they would cast fire when alone and try another breath later down the line if they don't get hit off of the. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit time. I mean, here's the thing: is it time consuming to do it this way? Yes. Is it free? Absolutely. You just have to stay alive long enough.
Yeah, and experience-wise, this is 100,000 experience. This is going to be the last of what Gilmok should need.
Yeah.
Hopefully, this is basically he's just doing this for experience and then disappearing from the moon because he really doesn't need to be up here.
No. Yeah. I mean, you go back to
Well,
Earth,
we know that, but he doesn't, of course.
Yeah. You go back to Earth. You have that Baron key in your hand. You go look. You'd be amazed by the fact there's 2 bosses there. You know where Val is, and yeah, that's your ball game. So, but yeah, no, great. Well, Gilmok will take things away from this. Like he'll be ready for his next match next week.
There's very little that you can't take away from anything. So,
no.
Yeah, there's going to be.
All right, let's see the items. Well,
at least you get a veil which is appropriate for the location.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, funny enough, the moon veil. I mean, not that you couldn't beat the veil anyways, but yeah, you just throw up the moon veil on a character and drink a Bacchus, and yeah, that fight's now done. So,
or give it to Kane and use the Avenger.
Yeah,
and
use the
you're
Avenger.
Done.
Same idea.
So, obviously, the choice is Baron.
Mm-hmm. You have it in your hand. It's 2 bosses you haven't seen. That's yeah.
Are you going to do Val first, since you know it's there?
I would say no, because there's no item Val now can gate that can lead you to 2 more bosses. Like, you're not scared about the item you get from Val at this point, so you might as well go check the other items you have. And you're right next to our Baron, so there's
that. You're on the same level as it in terms of overworld, underworld, moon. So Baron.
You know, something I don't think we ever said. Did Cubs ever stick his head in the weapon shop?
No.
Well, I guess we're never gonna
actually. Yes, he did.
Did he?
But yes, he did. But it didn't have anything any good in there because I think he was looking for ninja swords.
Okay. So we just assumed that ninja swords weren't for sale in this seed. Wow, Edge got a raw deal on this one.
He did, but
yeah,
honestly, Edge wasn't the star of this.
No,
he may have been the start. He may have been the starting character, but the Avenger, Kane put in a whole lot of work, and Hela has had a shining show as well. He's done we laugh and we say he's done he does a lot, but let's face it, he's been Anchor. He's done a whole lot of work in Underground for both characters with those lip freeze. He's helped with the Alpha on Cubsrule side. He's done healing. He's used virus against himself a few times. He's literally done everything you expect of him.
Yeah.
Including miss a few things.
Well, you know, he wouldn't be Kane if he wasn't at least average sometimes. So first boss down, go to the throne, get excited. Oh, we're gonna swag the basement. I love it.
Honestly, this is
Good.
probably the best way to go around this at this point.
Good
Like,
stuff.
you're not in any danger of any fight down here except maybe Wyvern.
Yep, I was gonna say exactly that fight. Yes.
And all Rubicante here is pretty bad as well. But see, Gilmok seeing the gauntlet down here, he's gonna look at it and go, "Yes, thank you." Get me. He's gonna see a antlion on the throne. He's going to say, "Yes, thank you." He's going to go down to Val. He's going to say, "Yes, thank you. Get me out of this seed."
Yeah.
He's going to go to Zemus and just say, "Have everything I want. You don't want, and I'm just going to win this seed. May not win the race, but I'm going to win the seed."
Well, I mean, on the bright side, I could think of a lot worse places for this gauntlet to be. Boy, there are some bad ones out there.
I still think the worst place is the Wyvern altar.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Everyone makes a case. So everyone makes a case for Ogopogo for obvious reasons. We know what's down there, and it's scary. I'm not a fan of blue dragons. That fourth fight in the Wyvern altar, that fight is terrible.
And the evil eyes, not the evil eyes, whatever they're called, in the first couple of fights. Yeah, the fatal eyes.
Yeah, they're just annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the other one that usually gets people is either of the fights up on the giant, because each of them has a separate D machine sitting by its lonesome, and those things are angry.
Yeah. It doesn't even give you the D machine grind. It's just one D machine, and that's all you're getting in the entire lot. I think it is. There's only one.
Yeah, and it's
otherwise you've got max giants.
Yeah, it's like here, there goes 20% of your HP. Oh, there goes 20 more and 20 more, and pretty soon you're dead. But yeah, that is not a pleasant fight to see, let alone in a gauntlet of 5 fights. So.
Yeah, the other place I don't like to see, and it's for a completely different reason, is the top of tower in Lower Babel. Because the reason for that is not because it's hard.
No,
it's because it's one of the spots where you get less experience for the fight up there than you would normally.
Yep.
And
also, well, part of it too would become, and this party, like as we see it on screen right now, would be kind of, I mean, it wouldn't be a terrible issue, but one of those fights is literally magic only.
Yeah.
Like, you only do 1 damage to it, so it's like, oh yeah, Edge with his flame would get through it, or revive Tella and cast a virus or something like that. But yeah, if you go up there with the wrong party, that first fight in the gauntlet can be special.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not because it's hard. It's just because it's a bad fight.
Yeah. So it's funny how each location has like just something. You know, like most of them, they're not terrible, but there's like a fight here and there that just can kind of throw you for a loop. Like, wait a minute, what? Excuse, what is this? So,
yeah. Ordeals is a low-key one as well, because the last fight in a couple of those locations is the 2 Liliths, and they can wreck a low-level party.
Yep, very much so. I always enjoy that one because I always make a joke about the fact that it's like, hey, I have Edge, I can do anything. And then you hit a gauntlet up there, and half the enemies absorb fire. So it's like, oh,
and
I'll
usually
just
in the same
everything.
pack as the ones in the same pack as ones that
I just flame everything. Why are 3 still alive? What's going on here? What excuse me? This is a ninja with flame. Like, come on. So sadly, Antlion about to meet a horrific fate. It's okay. We still love Antlion.
Glad someone does.
Yep. And that will be boss number 6.
Yep.
One trip down to the march, and yeah.
Val at this point is not going to be hard. Definitely not.
No, not at all. So this has been a good seed, though. I've enjoyed this one.
Yeah, it's had its nuance effects.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, during Cub's interview, he pointed out like there were decisions. That darkness crystal. There's multiple ways you could have went with that one. So,
and strangely enough, between the darkness crystal and the Baron key, the Baron key was the better play.
Yeah. Funny how that works, right?
2 checks versus 6, and yeah, but 2 out of 2 out of 1 out of 6. So.
And I mean that's what we're gonna see in both Blue Moon and Red Moon is you'll see decisions like that where, okay, I can like this right now for Gilmok's side, I can see going up Earth.
Yep.
I mean, Val, maybe he doesn't exactly understand, what Val, or maybe just flat out forgot that Val
most likely
there, so.
You see Val, you know that she's tough in a lot of places.
Yeah.
And you sometimes don't realize that she's variable toughness in all of the places because of her spin. Sometimes it gives her perfect defense, sometimes it gives her partial defense, sometimes it gives her no defense.
Yeah.
And against magic and physical. So it's hard to keep them in your head unless you have a spreadsheet right there in front of you telling it. Which we do have available, but
Zeno brings up a valid point too, that Gilmok may have just went down there, shopped and left, and never even looked at the bosses.
That also was, yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully that's not the case, but
yeah. All I'm asking Gilmok to do is save after this fight, because if you're going into the next fight with a surprise wyvern,
yep. If you're not quick on your menu, I mean he's anchored, so that's good. But if you're not quick on your menuing, you're dead.
Yeah.
Like that spot is very underestimated in terms of magic power. Like that spot is rude. So it will be quad 9s coming out.
Yeah, it's there to make sure that Val hits weak.
Yep.
Every single time. And the calcify effect. So with an automatic 9999s.
I'm telling you, Poidrax, someday we're going to get break damage limit in this game. And we're going to see what Wyvern can really do in some spots. And I'm here for it.
And then we're going to see how completely unnecessary it was as well.
Yeah, but I want to see Wyvern do like 38,000 damage to somebody and just be like, really? I can't even get that much HP. Really? You're going to do that? So.
All
right. I'll say, what are we warping at? We're warping out.
I honestly don't think Gilmok actually has the Earth Crystal. I think that's a mistake on the
possibly,
because I don't think we've seen that item. But I might be just I miss things a lot of the time. So
no, it's fine. I'm honestly wondering if like this was just for also I mean learning experience like Zot 1. I am a big fan of Zot 1. Like, I have my reasons for Zot 1. A lot of it has to do with exactly the Twin Harp. And if I have an overground that requires a Twin Harp before I go underground, because I can fade Dwarf. One of the things about killing that boss in Zot 1 is you get a peek and see what's a Dwarf 2. And because there's no warp glitch active in Red Moon, it's a really good check because you get that information. You kill a boss, you see that, and you may be able to fade Dwarf completely. So, for Blue Moon, it's faster than doing Luca. Like, if you're trying to spy a boss, it's faster to walk up there and check that one. And just straight reset out of it. So I'm a big fan of this check. in the right circumstances.
And Gilmok is saying, you know what?
Oh, it's
I've got
pig
this
meta time.
package.
I like it.
Let's just show
That's an angry
what the
pig.
package.
That is an
Yeah.
angry pig.
Supposedly, Scarlet says you can tell what the pig was by the
Yeah.
color of the snouts and things.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to work that out since she said it. And
So-
I think that one was a
Well, that-
one. I think that one was actually a Palom. But
Well,
I'm not entirely certain.
Okay, I was gonna say that pig doesn't matter. Well, it kind of matters, but it doesn't matter. We're looking at the pigs for the bosses, and each location, the pig color, some of them change.
Oh yeah,
So,
the pig here will show us what.
Yeah, but it
the
doesn't
bosses.
change until last second. So the pig you see in the bed right now, you notice it's a white nose. It can change. It will change the second right before the sprite comes waltzing in. So if you watch it carefully, it may go yellow. Kind of like that. So it didn't change because obviously, well, you know. Hi, Ruby.
Yeah, I had a couple of pure white pigs in Zot at one time.
Mm-hmm.
From that, it's Luca. It's Luca.
Yep. Yeah, we call it pineapple pig. I was told that my old name for it wasn't exactly great, so we brainstormed a new one. It's now pineapple pig. But yeah, pineapple pig, ghost pig, void pig, all mean different things. Oh,
Good job,
meta
Gilmok.
objective achieved.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Part 2 is also achieved.
And happy. There you go. See, man of the people right there.
That piggy's just happy to be here.
Yep. Sleepy and happy pig noises. Much approval to Gilmok for that one. So well done. That is by the way, that is a requirement if you ever do the package check. You have to talk to Sleepy and Awake Pig. It's just a thing. It's like checking job.
It's the required one.
Yeah. So very, very nice showcase there, Gilmok. I'm very happy for you.
The pigs there are for our entertainment, and they entertain very, very well.
I mean, I honestly would have never thought that they actually do give out some information. Not in that spot, really, because you find out like the second before the boss shows up. But in Zot 2, it can make a difference. Like if you're on a boss hunt and you watch at what color that pig is, if it's not a boss that falls in that pool, that's a lot of time you can save by resetting and just backing out of it completely.
Well, there's our customer sleeping in Feymarch.
The Marriott, $1,200 a night. You can't see them, but I swear there are complimentary mints on the pillows.
Gilmok can afford it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, 300,000? Yeah, a little bit. Just a
They
little.
do a fair amount of gold dragons. They give a lot of money.
Yeah, they do. Yes, what was it? One light glitch, 69,000?
Yeah.
For each pair plus the glitch that you do? Yeah, that adds up quick.
And
Boy,
of course the
NPCs I
chocobo
wish
getting in
could-
the way.
I would say NPCs I wish could go away. Let me give you a list. That bird, the red robe down by the weapons shop.
Yep.
Yep, that one just needs to. Obviously the lady in Toroya, the grandma in Kaipo. What else? The small child in Agart. The one on the right that always blocks you between the item and the weapon and armor shop.
Yep.
Yeah, that kid needs to go too.
There's one more that I'm... Oh, the
dwarves.
the dwarves.
Oh, the dwarves. Mm.
Yeah. Low-key one, the dwarf on the left side of Tomra when you're going from the item shop, the left path up to the shack
Yeah,
at
the
the back,
left
because
one is always the bad.
you leave
It's
him alone.
always the left one.
Yeah, you leave him alone. He goes
Yeah.
zoomingly fast. You walk
Yeah.
into him once, he slows down to a crawl.
Yeah,
He says,
it's like
"No, you
No,
cannot go past me."
no. And then there's something so amazing in that hallway that they have to sit there and just walk back and forth in that 2-step hallway. It's like, nah, I don't want to move. I'm just keep walking these 2 steps over and over and over. Somebody needs to demote them, put them on toilet duty. That guard probably hasn't been rotated out in a long time. He needs a vacation.
Oh, and you can't forget the door checker in Kaipo as well.
Oh, yeah.
The one that blocks you from the Sand Ruby bed.
Yes, very much so. Hey, Val's gone. Blue, you're
quick.
back on button duty. Although, speaking of Blue, applause to Blue. Very well done for your first time on tracking. Congratulations.
I'm seeing all the buttons still there, so they haven't been eaten.
They haven't been eaten. Possum is nowhere in sight, I'm pretty sure, so I think we're fine on that side, too.
I think that's the main reason we have a tracker. Not to press the buttons, just to keep Possum away from them.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, Crystal in hand, Gilmok's on his way. Z, Zeno, always a wonderful job on Restream. Poydrak, this is the second time I've gotten to be in the booth with you, and it is a great time every time I do it.
Well, be honest, you bring an air of just calm and fun. So it's always a pleasure being with you. It makes me feel a lot looser about my own commentary. I'm very stiff, I feel. But with you, I tend to be able to cut loose. So thank you for being with me.
Yeah, not a problem. Always a pleasure. I was very excited when I saw the assignment and saw your name next to mine. Like, I like this. This is good. So yeah, for anybody, hey, you want to come up here and push button? You could do Restream even. You could do comms. If you join the Discord, you find out how. I promise we're all nice. Really? No, really, we're all nice.
97% of the time. The other 3% of the time, we're really nice.
Yeah, really. Look, I'm believable. People trust me. I mean, they have to.
Trying to come up with something about that.
How many more races do we have going on right now?
At this particular moment, we've got 9 or 10 happening today. We've got at least one going on another restream at this moment in time. There's another one starting on very soon. We've got a lot over this 1 week. This is probably the biggest week for races, and you can probably tune in at any time in the evening and you will find a race on one of our channels. Free Enterprise 1, Free Enterprise, as you're here, Free Enterprise 2, RPG Limit Break is going to host a number of them. Thank you for that. And also possibility on Free Enterprise 3 as well. So you can probably jump in and find a race. And if not, we've got an entire library on our YouTube that we were updating with every single race that gets restreamed, plus a lot of our back catalogue from our previous tournaments, community races. We've got hours and hours, I think going on something like 10,000 hours worth of footage.
That's a lot for you.
You'll find something.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Also, I'm going to say the word because you know what? We are, 2 hours and 15 minutes in and we haven't said it the entire day. Honestly, if you go YouTube, you know what you're going to see there too? Ties. You're going to see ties.
Well, you can do a search on ties, and I'm pretty sure you get an entire catalogue of people wearing ties and things like that.
Yeah, that's it. That's not where I was going with that, but it's a nice thought. I appreciate it. Jafar's about to have a bad day.
He's already had a bad day.
Yeah.
And it's just not going to end.
No.
I am a little bit suspect on the edge that Gilmok is rocking because he doesn't have any weapons. Cubs was a little under weaponed. Gilmok's has claws.
Well, hey. I mean, he can look at the darts.
He
You don't need weapons when you got darts. You're fine. Throw the entire inventory. We don't care.
At this point, what's the use of it?
You can't take it with you. Except for moon veils. You usually take those with you, and, well, you wish you hadn't. So, but yeah, no point. Go ahead.
Between Kane and Edge, though, those two are all you are going to need for this.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, they've got enough HP to carry this by themselves. So yeah, they'll be fine. But yeah, as Poydrak, brought up, right now it's Free Enterprise 2 and RPG Limit Break. They've got races going on. We have another one on this channel in, I think, 30 minutes. I'm pretty sure we have another race happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope y'all on multiple modders.
I hope you can stay up late enough.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to see them all. I wish I could, but I technically do live in a completely different time zone to everyone else on the Discord. For the most part, it seems. So I'll be going to head to bed.
Yeah. Hey, that's why I appreciate you being here, because yeah, it's like, what is it, 2:30 out there for you?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a little late.
Luckily, I'm on leave at the moment, so I don't have to worry as much. But yeah. This is why I'm getting my commentary early, so I can actually be out there and entertain everyone.
Yeah, so you're saying you get to sleep in, so that's the important thing. So that's nice.
Wow, even the 4 rating coming out. Let's do 1 damage.
Hey, I'm all for a good nerf.
Hey.
Wow, high rolled. That's 8 damage.
Oh, I know they're static, but the Rosa does have a tiara, so it might have affected.
Mm-hmm. Except I think that was early if that was a nerf.
I don't think the nerf is actually being cared about.
That was early. Yeah.
Still, nothing of value was lost.
No. Unless you still had darts in your inventory, and then okay, maybe there was low value lost.
They've all been fine.
Okay, then yeah, now we're fine.
This actually speeds it up because Edge isn't filling out your turns now.
Mm-hmm.
Yang is just you've got Bacchus wines, you're going to use those. Yeah, this is still fine.
Yeah. Oh, that's rocks. Now,
and Rosa has a white. Rosa has a white coming.
I want to say I saw direct cast white coming.
Yeah, you did. So this could very well be what seals it. I certainly hope it does, actually.
Oh, well, someone's down single digit HP. I'm sorry, game. Oh, wow. Buzzkill. Rude.
Well,
I'll tell you what, though. Gilmok's hitting all the style points today. That's very good.
And Rosa just doesn't care about media. Yeah, Ballroom's the dancing queen around media, but Rosa's not exactly lacking in that.
Did he queue up another white?
Probably.
I think he did.
I don't think it's going to get there,
no.
Oh,
It's not going to matter.
Young plays Buzzkill.
GG to Gilmok.
The two mages of the team show him what they can do.
Oh boy, what a finish. We'll have to see if we can get Gilmok in for an interview, because yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah, very well done, Gilmok. I could easily have just said, "No, I think I'll finish. I'm done with this. It's been a tough time. I'm move on to the next one." But no, finished up, did well, and yeah, got the victory over Jafarmus today.
Mm-hmm. Ah, what a seed.
Definitely, I wouldn't say the rudest one we've ever seen, but
No.
definitely not a simple one straight up.
Mm-hmm. I mean, come on, we were all really hoping that Baigen maybe would have held something that would have been, I mean, that would have been a thing.
It would have been, but
yeah,
the numbers behind this don't actually tell you exactly what you're looking for.
No.
Hello.
Hello,
Hey!
Gilmok. Congratulations on finishing. Edge was
A potato.
Yeah.
Not normally while I usually play with Edge.
Yeah. So, how do you like your potatoes? Actually doing stuff usually?
Yeah, doing more than just kind of sitting there and hitting for 50 damage. I like it more than that. Yeah, I think this might be a little bit of like first tournament jitters a little bit. And this seed, made me do a lot of things that I'm not used to doing. I had things set up, things that, I thought some things were going fairly well. But I was kind of worried about doing all the Evelyn stuff. So I was kind of like on yellow alert. I started to set myself up a bit more defensively, put some, nice defensive characters in the back with lots of armor to tank hits. I think it probably went off the rails as soon as I got underground. I didn't find sirens. So I'm like, oh, geez, I guess we gotta just do this the old-fashioned way, have Edge steal some sirens and see how far we go. And then that, mistake with the Avenger Sword. I've seen runners do it.
Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club.
It's
DKC there does not like you.
I don't even normally play with Avenger King. Like, it's not usually on my radar. I usually try to berserk other people or just use Bacchus's to berserk things because Avenger King can. Again, I've seen that mistake. So, yeah. Of course, it had to happen to me in my first tournament, my first showing. Of course.
Yeah. One thing, you're saying it's your first tournament, and you are one of the newer runners in the community comparatively at the moment. Would you say this has been a very good learning experience for you in this?
Yes. Now, granted, I've gotten much better times than this. This seed was very kudos for Cubsrule for getting such a low time. But yeah, I did prepare for this. I mean, my run might not have shown it, but I did prepare. So
yeah, Zeno did give you kind of a special one for your first outing. Boy, howdy did she. Oof. So what do you take away from this? Also, very nice job on the package check and doing the correct pick meta.
Yeah,
very proud of you for that.
I thought for a moment that I should be a man of the people. I should just be a man of the people right now. I've already lost this, so let's just go, do something cool. I take from this. I don't know. I'll have to look at the stream. It's sort of the on demand to see what happened there. But yeah, I kind of think it went all as soon as I got underground.
Yeah, that's what the odds are for, though. They're for you to go back on view your own things, see what your opponent did, see what we're talking about, and just go in. this is what I can do next time.
Yeah. So, I mean, right from the get-go, right from the tele, obviously when you have a tele, you're going to modify your game plan a little bit. And, that was just a standard, okay, you got the tele, you didn't get the darkness crystal, I guess we just got to do, there's some time lost there, and it's got to continue with it. But, I don't think I did terribly, even though, yeah, there was some definite areas of improvement. But hey, it's just my first tournament and my first game, so I hope you all enjoyed it. Are you not entertained?
We're always entertained.
I think you covered that one pretty well for us. So, but yeah, no, you are obviously now in the waning bracket. Next opponent, obviously to be determined.
And in a couple of weeks, can't forget the week off that you get.
Yeah. Week off is nice.
Yeah.
What do you do in preparation? You've got time. Does anything change? What's the plan?
Just better locking down what to do with tele, maybe looking at things. I mean, again, that seed at some areas really kind of threw me off my game plan. So it was a lot of, trust me, when I made that Avenger mistake, I was ready to forfeit. I was just holding it together to not do that. So yeah, just back to the just more practice things, and yeah, we'll hopefully get seeds that I'm better prepared for. This was a really curveball.
Yeah.
All we can really do is wish you the best of luck, and I'm sure, or whatever you do, we'll see more of you in the future.
Yep.
Yeah, you will. Yes, you will. I play every seed of the week every Friday. So join me there. And that's.
I wonder who gives you bad things there.
I don't know. Some guy.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So,
I might have given some pretty terrible things recently.
Yeah. We've seen those terrible things.
All right. Well, hey, Gilmok, go enjoy the rest of your evening, and GG's once again. So.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Poydrak, we made it.
Martin, I have no idea how we did it.
Carefully. And no
Very
newspapers.
carefully.
I'm amazed. That's uncommon.
That's because we've been talking. They haven't had a chance to throw them at us yet.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So,
so
all right.
Where are we going now? I think we've got another race happening, haven't we?
I'm gonna say, how about Free Enterprise 2? Let's go there.
Sounds good. I believe
there's a race
Hard
going
and Soft number going on over there at the moment.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, don't spoil anything, please, because otherwise those newspapers that are due for us will be redirected to you.
They hurt. Look, I've been through it. It's not a pleasant time. Just fade them. You be good. So we will see you all over there. Poydrak, I'm looking forward to doing this again with you.
It'll happen. I'm pretty certain.
Yep.
Have a good evening, everyone, and we'll see you back when we've got welts on our faces.
Yep.
From those
good job, Blue.
newspapers.
Good job, Zeno. Take care, everyone.